Did you know that politically or hopping from a political party to the other is restricted in Kenya? And particularly under the Political Parties Act, the law prevents elected officials from switching parties after being elected without risking their seats. So it aims to strengthen one, party loyalty, and number two, discipline, reduce election-related disruptions, and encourage politicians to remain committed to the manifestos in the party that actually made them get that seat.
That's right, and I do agree with that law. If you're elected on a certain party and their principles and their manifestos, then should you choose to change parties, you can fight for your seat afresh. But some lawmakers are trying to change that. They're trying to amend the law, actually to repeal the law and make it easier for the president and the ruling party to poach members of the opposition at will without attracting sanctions. The law in question is, of course, Section 14A of the Political Parties Act that says, quote, "A person who, while being a member of a political party, shall be deemed to have resigned from that party if that person forms another party, joins the formation of another political party, or joins another political party." So that law is what they seek to repeal.
And as we look at such a situation, I feel like most of the Kenyan parliamentarians by now should have resigned from their seat, or rather we should have gone for another election. But that makes it expensive for the taxpayer, because if it happens, and which is happening, we've seen people move or pledge allegiance or crossing over from one side to the other without necessarily considering the implications of the constitution and that comes with that. It just seems that Kenyans are quiet about it, but it does not mean that it's right. Most people have done this out of convenience. Some want to work with the government, others want to work with the official opposition, depending on the kind of policies and the kind of
the mood of the day.
And the mood of the day.
The
and
political
the
mood of the day, which is quite unfair to Kenyans. This bill is co-sponsored by President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza and Raila Odinga's Azimio coalition. Already that tells you the kind of political, incestuousness that we have going on right now. That's through Senate Leader of Majority, that's Aaron Cheriot, who is from Kericho, and the Senate Leader for Minority, Stuart Madzayo from Kilifi, who is a member of Azimio la Umoja.
Watu wa Mombasa huku na Kilifi nini wamekuwa na mambo mengi siku hizi. So the bill also goes against the views of Azimio law scholar Professor Githu Muigai, immediate former Busia senator and ex-Attorney General Amos Wako, and the Office of Registrar of Political Parties while appearing before NADCO. Now NADCO, which was co-chaired by Mr. Ishungwa and Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, was established to reform the country's electoral sector following deadly protests over the outcome of the 2022 general elections. And Mariam, sometimes I usually feel like we don't take it seriously when people die in this country. For example, during the contentious election, there were so many young people who went to the streets. They were killed. During the most recent protests, there's so many young people who are killed as a result of such amendments and not even such amendments, when two political parties are not in agreement.
True.
And then we just go silent soon after. And there's still abduction still happening. Two, we've seen killings in broad daylight, and it seems that nobody's giving us answers.
You're right. Boniface Mwangi was allegedly taken from his home yesterday morning, still yet to be freed or charged with anything.